Hello, and welcome back to Movie Reviews with Cody, the channel where I go through my collection of movies and I tell you what I think about them. Today we're going to be going over the highly enjoyable sci-fi action film Hardcore Henry, released in 2015, and I don't want to butcher some of these names. So it's directed by... It's starring in the main role, even though the character is played by like 9 other stunt performers, but it's played by. But it also stars Sharlto Copley, Tim Roth, and Haley Bennett. And this movie is absolutely balls to the wall crazy. There's a reason why it's called First Person Shooter, the movie. A little bit of backstory to this. The guy who directed this film also directed a song called Bad Motherfucker by Biting Elbows. And when I saw this for the first time in Korea, I don't even know how I stumbled across it on YouTube, but it blew my mind with how they did the music video and all the stunts and everything with the first-person perspective. It's great. And then when I found out that the director of that music video was going to be making Hardcore Henry, I definitely jumped at the chance to see that in 3D in theaters. Also, because when I saw it in theaters, I was given a comic book called Hardcore Akan. Akan is the bad guy in this movie. I don't know where that comic is, but I have it somewhere. But this movie is so much fun if you don't easily get motion sickness. Because there is a lot of running, a lot of rolling, a lot of parkour, and some people, when I did see this in theater, some people did get sick. Probably on TV, like I said, if you get motion sickness easy, you're probably going to get sick. But if you really want to see a balls-to-the-wall parkour action movie with so much violence and guns, take some Dramamine for motion sickness and just sit back and relax, because this movie is something of its own beast. The storyline, it's pretty easy. A guy who's missing arms and legs ends up waking up and ends up getting prosthetics, cybernetic prosthetics. And he doesn't really remember who he is. There's this blonde doctor lady who says that she's his wife. And you're like, okay, alright, this is easy. And so, as he's going through test runs, Akan shows up, and turns out he's a bad guy with telekinetic powers. And from there, it just goes into absolute over-the-top absurdity. Sharlto Copley is so great in this movie. He looks like he had a blast. If I was in his spot, playing all these different characters, I would have a blast. But Hardcore Henry, I highly recommend it. Right now, it is on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix account, go ahead and sit down and watch it. If you have motion sickness, definitely pop some Dramamine if you do want to see this movie. If you don't, it's perfectly fine. I get it. There are some people who get motion sickness really easy. But if you love action movies and you love over-the-top, balls-to-the-wall violence, this movie is definitely a gem to watch. Alright, I appreciate it, guys, and I will see you next week.